Hello everyone, I'm Chris Thomas. You're watching ABC10 Plus Tonight. A new effort to replace broken fire hydrants in Stockton. Officials believe the homeless may have tampered with the hydrants. Then in dollars and cents, what you need to know ahead of the tax day deadline. ABC10 Plus Tonight starts now.
We know in a fire, every second counts. And during a major one in South Stockton almost 2 weeks ago, one problem caused delays in getting water onto raging flames.
Yeah, and it's now a topic of discussion at City Hall. ABC10's Gabriel Porras has more.
A yellow fire hydrant sits outside South Stockton's Morris Market, but it offers a little comfort. Employee Abel Macias.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Reacting to the challenges fire crews say they faced when battling an April 2nd fire at a recycling plant a block away.
Unfortunately, the public fire hydrant across the street turned out to be non-operable. The next hydrant that we attempted to hook up to was also found to be out of service.
A third private fire hydrant in the area was also broken.
When you have homeless tapping into fire hydrants to get what they need to survive is water, they tend to wear out some of these hydrants.
It's not just a south side issue. Here in downtown, this fire hydrant is also broken. According to a city inspection just a few months ago, there are at least 23 broken fire hydrants across town. But fire officials say that number is more of a snapshot in time.
If there's a homeless encampment or a car comes by and bumps a fire hydrant or a truck bumps a fire hydrant, that snapshot in time is thrown out the window.
And so is an entire neighborhood's fire preparedness.
Well, it makes me worried because what if my house is on fire and then there's no one to put water in my house? Yeah, that's crazy.
The issue up for discussion during Tuesday's city council meeting. In a statement, Stockton's vice mayor called for immediate solutions. With his own fire safety now in question, Abel agrees.
Yeah, they need to step it up, find a solution.
In Stockton, Gabriel Porras, ABC 10.
Now keep in mind the discussion tomorrow does not require any action from City Council, but they do expect to provide some type of direction after the meeting. It'll cost almost $400,000 to replace the fire hydrants.
In tonight's Dollars and Cents. It's crunch time. Tomorrow is tax day, the April 15th deadline to file your taxes. An Elk Grove-based tax expert has some last-minute advice and reminders to ease the stress or panic. Whether you're scrambling to file last minute, putting your paperwork together for the October 15th extended deadline, or planning ahead for next year's filing, there are a few things to keep in mind. Experts recommend filing your return electronically. Keep a list of your deductions and avoid last-minute mistakes, which can include forgetting to sign or date your tax return or typing in the wrong Social Security number. Also, look ahead to potential changes.
Just the understanding how the rules can drastically change on the tax brackets is getting together with your tax preparer or tax advisor, or understanding those changes yourself as a taxpayer and see how that impacts you and just plan for, certain scenarios accordingly.
In February, the Trump administration started laying off more than 6,000 IRS employees, causing concerns about delays.
Hasn't hit there yet. Tax returns are being processed, refunds are coming in. So I think it's still to be seen what the impact will be.
Stay informed on the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which since 2017 increased the standard deduction and child tax credit while also lowering tax rates. It could expire at the end of this year if Congress doesn't act.
Do you find more people are being cautious or kind of taking a different strategy this year?
I think individuals understand the possibility of change, but I think people are kind of rolling the dice thinking that it will be here to stay.
President Trump has promised several policies that have yet to become law that you'll also want to keep an eye on, including proposals to not tax overtime and deduct interest on car loans if the car is made in America.
And there's talks of no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security. Those are all very big changes. It's just to be seen what's going to happen in this upcoming year.
Experts remind taxpayers any changes by the administration won't affect the returns you have to file this year. If you need more time to file your taxes, you can apply for the October 15th deadline extension. You can fill out a Form 4868 on the IRS website for an automatic application for an extension. Right now on the ABC10 Plus streaming app for your TV, I explain more about what you need to know for the 2025 tax season. Watch it right now on the home screen, download on your TV, and watch for free.
Governor Gavin Newsom signed a bill today that, among other things, plugs an unexpected budget gap to fund Medi-Cal through late June. The low-income healthcare program serves more than a third of the state's 39 million people, and its expansion to include undocumented immigrants has been pretty controversial. ABC10's Becca Hobbecker breaks down the change tonight.
When state lawmakers passed the budget for this current fiscal year, which runs July of 2024 through the end of this June, they underestimated just how much the low-income healthcare program Medi-Cal would cost. That's California's Medicaid, funded with state and federal dollars. 15 million of California's 39 million people, more than a third, get their health care through Medi-Cal.
So it's a substantial number of Californians are getting that coverage.
Chris McKaylee is an adjunct professor with University of the Pacific's McGeorge School of Law. He says because Medi-Cal is costing more than the state budgeted this fiscal year, Governor Gavin Newsom borrowed $3.4 billion from the general fund last month. He also asked lawmakers to allocate an additional $2.8 billion from the general fund just to keep the program afloat through the end of June. Lawmakers did that on Thursday by passing AB 100, something called a Budget Bill Junior, which amends the current budget. Newsom signed it Monday. It goes into effect immediately and unlocks matching federal Medicaid dollars. So why is Medi-Cal over budget?
So according to the Department of Finance, we've seen a big increase in the cost of providing medical services, particularly in the cost of pharmaceuticals and other medicines. But we've also seen a substantial increase in the number of individuals covered who are undocumented individuals.
Starting in 2024, California expanded Medi-Cal eligibility to include all low-income undocumented immigrants. Republican state lawmakers pushed back against AB 100, saying, in part, this spending bill throws nearly $3 billion towards benefits for illegal immigrants with zero accountability for how costs got so out of control. Newsom has defended Medi-Cal's expansion, saying that making preventive care accessible to all low-income people helps save the state money in the long run. As for Medi-Cal's funding this next fiscal year, plus paying back that $3.4 billion general fund loan,
the budget negotiations that will begin in earnest in middle of May through June the 15th, which is the deadline, that's when they'll determine how much more money is required for funding the Medi-Cal program through next June 30th.
AB 100 addressed more than just Medi-Cal funding.
The bill also includes money for wildfire prevention and continued recovery efforts in the wake of the Southern California wildfires from earlier this year.
I just signed an early action bill that will add $170 million in funding to prioritize wildfire prevention, clearing brush, thinning forests, building fire breaks.
$171 million are going to 6 conservancies, including the California Tahoe Conservancy, for that wildfire prevention.
That is coming from Prop 4, the so-called climate bond that voters adopted at last November's ballot.
The bill also authorizes the State Department of Finance to offset property tax revenue lost by the municipalities affected in the Southern California wildfires. In Sacramento, Becca Hobbecker, ABC 10.
Experts say there's uncertainty around the future of funding for the state, federal Medicaid funding for the state. More than half of Medi-Cal funding, it does come from the federal government, but that money does not pay for the care of undocumented immigrants. Only state dollars goes towards that. Just wanted to make that clear.
3 people were shot at the UC Davis picnic day at Community Park.
2 teens and a 24-year-old were hurt, but police say their injuries are non-life-threatening.
ABC 10's Luke Clary has more from Davis, where the investigation continues tonight.
I'm here at Davis Community Park, where more than 48 hours after the shooting, investigators are here combing the area for evidence. Take a look. A K-9 unit was on scene. So was the Yolo County Sheriff's Search and Rescue Team, fanning out 7 across, searching the grass by hand. And metal detectors. They were even seen searching the trees for bullets. There were hundreds of young people at the party on Saturday afternoon, many of them capturing the picnic day party on their phones, as well as the terrifying moments when gunshots rang out. That video evidence also part of the police investigation now, and it gives us a clear record of the trauma many people are feeling. Like UC Davis student Madeline Hinojos, who was there with her boyfriend.
It was right next to us. It was 5 to 10 feet away at most, because all you heard was the pop, 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 and he goes, run, and you see everybody scatter. Thousands of people running. We are sprinting for our lives every which direction.
The shooting happened while the Phi Beta Sigma fraternity was hosting an event. They've not responded to our request for comment. Davis police say the event was permitted, and it happened in an area where mutual aid officers were in place for crowd control that day. Still, no arrests or any information about the shooter or shooters. But police say they don't think this was a random attack, and they don't believe there's an ongoing threat to the public. There are still many unanswered questions tonight about the victims. We just know that the 2 teens and that 24-year-old are expected to survive. Reporting in Davis, Luke Clary, ABC 10.
Tonight, we're hearing from the mother of a teen who was killed in a car crash in Granite Bay about a week ago.
Kevin Garcia's family lives in Roseville, and as you can imagine, they're now just heartbroken as they plan for his funeral next week.
ABC 10's Roxanne Elias shares their story after sitting down with the teen's mother.
Difíciles. Muy difíciles.
In a few quiet words, Maria Luisa Aguilera describes the days without her son, Kevin Garcia, as very difficult. The mother of 3 lost her 18-year-old son in a car crash in Granite Bay last Sunday. She says he graduated from Granite Bay High School last year and had his entire life ahead of him.
Los sueños de Kevin eran.
Luisa says Kevin had many dreams and goals, but his main goal was to become a firefighter. I believe it was to save lives, and his second goal was to enlist in the Marines. The family is still waiting to hear exactly what caused the crash he was killed in. But according to the CHP, the driver of a BMW was traveling at a high rate of speed along westbound Eureka Road east of Bridle Path Lane when it lost control around 3:15 a.m. last Sunday. It then ran off the roadway and crashed into a redwood tree, splitting the car in half. The loss now leaving a hole in the heart of his mother.
No tengo palabras para describirlo.
Luisa says, I don't have the words to describe him because for me he was an angel, because he would act as a servant for all people, all his friends. Jason Timmons, Garcia's former basketball and football coach of about 5 years, is now trying to support the family.
He's a hard worker. He, just like many young men, hit some snags, hit some speed bumps, but he was, coming to the manhood, so there's no telling what he could have done.
Timmons says Garcia was a big help to the family, and now that he's no longer with them, they're in need of some help. He created a GoFundMe for the family to pay for the funeral cost.
I've never seen something so awful, really, than about their grieving, so I would say, if you could help out the family right now, because they are in need.
Meanwhile, Luisa says she has faith in God that he'll give her the strength and be able to live without her son, Kevin.
Pero tengo que aprender a vivir sin él.
Luisa says, I have to learn to live without him. I'll never forget him. He'll never leave my heart. In Roseville, Roxanne Elias, ABC 10.
The family has a viewing plan for Kevin Garcia April 22nd in Roseville. He will then be laid to rest at the Roseville Public Cemetery District the following day. We will share the link to the family's GoFundMe if you want to help them cover expenses.
Tonight, families in Southern California bracing for aftershocks after a 5.2 magnitude earthquake struck near San Diego.
Breaking news.
Our affiliate KGTV breaking into programming.
We are bringing you breaking news here at 10:16, and you may have felt it, a pretty strong earthquake.
Home surveillance cameras catching the tremor. Watch as it shakes this baby awake. Everyone's okay.
We're swaying like this in the elevator.
Reggie Novinario was 35 floors up working on this downtown San Diego skyscraper.
Were you worried about your life?
Yeah. As everybody was. The guys on top, they're on the side of the building and they could fall off.
The 5.2 quake's epicenter near Julian, California, a mountain town about 60 miles northeast of San Diego. At the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, frightened elephants instinctively forming what's known as an alert circle to protect the herd. The quake sending boulders onto roads, authorities still assessing damage tonight.
There could be some aftershocks felt after this quake. People got an early warning. Scientists at Caltech say the MyShake app alerted people this quake was coming just seconds before it hit. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Julian, California.
Well, now let's get you over to Brendan for a check of that full forecast today, huh, Brendan?
Yeah, and it was a warm day out there. We're still waiting on official word as to just how warm, but tentatively it looks like it could have been the warmest day of the year so far, with a current temperature of 89 in downtown Sacramento. It's not official yet. Officially, the warmest day was 88 degrees on March 25th, so we'll wait for that word to come in, but that just goes to show you it was warm out there, and it is still warm. Sacramento Executive Airport's 86 right now, 86 in Elk Grove, 84 in Stockton, 87 Manteca, 85 in Modesto, 70s and upper 70s at that in the foothills at the moment. 75 Placerville, 77 Jackson, 79 in Auburn, 60 in South Lake Tahoe, 64 in Truckee, 84 out in Vacaville, 81 in Fairfield. So yeah, it is a warm day out there. It'll be a warm evening. Nice for the next few hours for sure, especially with that lower sun angle. The warmth doesn't feel quite as hot as it does during the middle of the afternoon. 69 degrees by 9 o'clock, 63 degrees by 11. We're also going to have some clouds starting to move through overnight tonight, and that's going to be with us for the next few days. Clouds building overnight, 52 Sacramento, 48 in Vacaville early on Tuesday morning, 49 Fairfield, 49 in Elk Grove, 52 Stockton, 52 in Manteca, 54 Modesto, 40s and 50s in the foothills, and freezing up in the high country to start Tuesday. In the Big Mountain backyard, a little hard to see out there right now, but as we go through the daytime tomorrow, we'll be in the low 60s by 10 o'clock, 70 degrees by noon, and you're going to see this mix of sun and clouds with us through the daytime tomorrow, and likely some thicker clouds moving in by sunset towards the late evening. Only topping out around 75 tomorrow. The average is 73, so much closer to normal for the time of year. Again, mix of sun and clouds all day long. 75 Sacramento, 72 in Elk Grove on Tuesday, 76 Stockton, 77 Manteca, 77 in Tracy, 78 in Modesto, some low 80s potentially in the Upper Valley, 81 Colusa. On Tuesday, 78 in Marysville, 71 Nevada City and Auburn, 70 in Jackson, and 60s in the high country. Also see that rain icon there in South Lake Tahoe. We're going to have the chance for some scattered showers and maybe an isolated thunderstorm or two in the high country. Overnight, those clouds start to move in. We're dry through the overnight, though. But then tomorrow afternoon, notice, there you go, some of those pop-up showers right along the crest. Likely no snow on Tuesday, but Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to do this again, where the showers kind of taper off through the evening, and then they come back during the afternoon. You'll see Wednesday morning, still looking at those clouds, and then by Wednesday afternoon, there's some more showers and potentially, again, an isolated thunderstorm in the high country. So just remember, Sierra thunderstorm safety, right? Be ready because conditions can and will change rapidly. Make sure you have hard-topped vehicle or a fully enclosed building for shelter if you are up there when those storms start to form. And generally, if you're off the peaks by about noon or so, you're avoiding those prime thunderstorm times. So go ahead and hike and climb early. And remember, if you can hear thunder, you can be struck by lightning. Play and game on Wednesday here at Golden One Center. High temperature about 71 degrees. We'll be in the low 70s through midweek before temperatures rebound headed into the Easter weekend.
6 women, including pop star Katy Perry, launched into space for several minutes today on a Blue Origin rocket. The company says it's the first all-female space flight since 1963. Journalist Gayle King and Lauren Sanchez, the fiance of billionaire and Blue Origin founder Jeff Bezos, were also on board. The spaceship launched from West Texas, reaching a height of about 65 miles above Earth. Then it parachuted back to Earth, landing in the Texas desert.
It's about a collective energy in there. It's about us. It's about making space for future women and taking up space and belonging. And it's about this wonderful world that we see right out there and appreciating it.
Well, Katy Perry says she plans to write a song based on this experience.
Thanks for watching ABC 10 Plus Tonight. We are here 24/7 on the free ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app. You can get your local news and weather anytime, anywhere. I'm Chris Thomas. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching ABC 10 Plus. And now that you're here, why don't we take a look around and see what else is here? The very first tile on your left is always going to be streaming 24/7. You can find us adjacent to that, breaking news if it's there. And then right next to that, a replay of the most recent newscast. Whether it's ABC 10 Morning News at 5, 6, or beyond, it's going to be there. The forecast beyond that, and then right beyond that, the news that matters the most. Now that you know the basic tiles, let's go up to the top and take a deeper dive into news. We have every single newscast that you would need, including To the Point with Alex Bell, taking a deeper dive into the issues. Beyond that, ABC 10 Morning News at 5 and 6 and 11, the evening shows as well. Below that, you can watch the top stories from To the Point. Under that, Dollars and Cents, where you can learn how to navigate this challenging economy. And below that, you can watch our award-winning ABC 10 Special Investigations, where we hold the powerful accountable. Going into weather, look, it's the 10-day forecast, getting you ready for the weekend and beyond. Beyond that, sports. I know you care about the Sacramento Kings. We have the most comprehensive guide to anything, everything Kings in the locker room and on the court. We have it. Below that, I know you care about the San Francisco 49ers. We can't mention Bay Sports without talking about the Oakland A's. We have that too. Backing out again, come up to the top and join me on Verify. I'm super excited about this. Our experts are checking the facts, verifying the truth for you. Jump up now to shows. Very excited about this. Oh, look. It's Take a Look. This is my show. I love movies, and if you love movies or streaming shows, whether it's on screens this big, or this big, it's Take a Look. Recently went behind the scenes, sat down with Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix to talk about Joker 2. I love the movie, and oh, I just heard you shout you hate the movie. Jump in, we talk about it on this show. Other shows, Bartell's Backroads, go up and down the state of California, tank of gas getaways, one fuel cell getaway, like places like the Toy Museum. This is what kids did before they had screens. Over here, the Moaning Caverns of Calaveras County, one of the most coveted caves in all of California. You know, watching this show, I discovered there's a cave that could fit the entire Statue of Liberty in your own backyard. You'll find about that and more with Bartell's Backroads. Down below that, To the Point. It is one of my favorite newscasts because they talk about news with Alex Bell the way you talk about news. It's conversational but in-depth at the same time. Below that, Your California Life. Love this show. Whether it's entertainment, food, beverage, lifestyle, it's there. Desiree Shepherd hosts and does an amazing job. So there you have it. It's ABC10 Plus, the app. What do you need? We heard you and we got it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for streaming.
Our free ABC10 Plus TV streaming app has so much to offer. Get your news live and on demand 24/7, so you can watch the news when you want. There's breaking news, extended forecast, and so much more. We have everything you need to get through your day and ready for the weekend. We've got you covered on money-saving tips, travel, entertainment, and sports. Download the free ABC10 Plus app on your smart TV and popular streaming devices like Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and more. ABC10. We stand for you 24/7.
We're in day one of a weather impact alert. This is for rain, for snow, and for wind.
Be flood ready and expect major mountain impacts.
It's that snow-rain mix that drivers have been dealing with here.
We're already seeing the impact of the storm.
We're planning for those changes.
Be prepared for treacherous road conditions.
Stay fire ready.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on ABC10 Plus.